different about him than Bobo, perhaps? I know you're not with Bobo too long, but
Yeah.
sorry, not an easy question.
I was about to say, like, they're two
Yeah.
completely different
Yeah,
people, so it's just
right.
kind of hard and like what comes through. But I'll say this: he's really dedicated. He really approaches it professionally. Not to say that Bobo didn't.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, from him, he's very professional. He's very caring. You can tell that he cares for you, and he's going to get the best out of you.
What did you make your off-season priority? What did you feel you needed to improve on after this year?
I guess for me it was the footwork and the hands and the placement and just getting the footwork down, because that was still kind of a foreign thing to me last season, but I'm starting to get that down. I'm starting to get better drive and better pop, and I would say the biggest thing is just getting bigger, faster, stronger. I mean, it was hard to play with where I was at physically. I mean, I made it work, but this season I'm trying to focus on being a presence on the field instead of just getting the job done.
When you say bigger, are you talking about your weight or how you're performing in the weight room, or both?
Yes, sir. I would say more performing in the weight room. I always tell people I don't care how I look or how much I weigh. I just want to be stronger and faster. So however that comes on. But I have been gaining weight and getting a little bit stronger. And I can't say enough good things about, Coach Hawk and, Coach Gus and Coach JT and the guys that worked with me specifically and just getting us there. I feel like this offseason we've all grown and just gotten a better grind, getting used to it,
What did you play at last year?
Last year I was playing it, I was like right around 240.
240.
Yes, sir.
And now?
Right now I'm like 246, 247, like upwards of 250 when I get hydrated.
Is getting bigger, is that an attempt to help with blocking necessarily, or?
I think that's just an offset of gaining more muscle. I mean, I want to be stronger, so you need more muscle, so you're going to get bigger. So that's just kind of works.
Have you seen kind of an increased role for the tight ends over the spring? You've seen the injuries, and obviously Conley's gone and Bennett's gone.
I mean, yeah, of course you hate to see guys go down, but that is what it is, and people need to step up, because I know last year it was kind of the opposite. We had a lot of tight ends go down, a lot of receivers had to step up. So that's a good thing about an offense. That's a good thing about having depth and being here in Georgia, is we all can pick each other up.
It's almost kind of helped that you lose a lot of talent at the receiver position, but there's a lot of talent now at the tight end position.
Yeah, I would say that we definitely lost those guys who were talented, but in the same thing, we have a lot of guys that are coming up and starting to learn the system, and there's more talent coming through. That's the thing. No matter where you go, there's always someone, bigger, faster, stronger, better than you that's coming up behind you, and they recruit guys like that. They're not going to look for guys that are, worse than you. So
who are some of those guys that have kind of stepped up?
Stepped up? I mean, I feel like Isaiah McKenzie for sure. He's starting to fill that role of actual receiver now. Between Reggie and Malcolm Mitchell is going to be Malcolm Mitchell. I mean, he's going to do what he does. But Kenneth Williams, he's been doing really good. I mean, shoot, he catches the ball. I think he has some of the best hands on the team. So.
To come in without a spring, you started the last 10 games of the season. How do you, when you look back on it, how do you grade this season for yourself?
I feel like it was a great learning experience. I feel like there's a lot of things I want back, but I feel like every year I'm going to say the same thing. I'm very thankful for it. I'm very humbled and blessed to be able to work alongside guys like, Jay, Jared, Jordan, and all those guys, and now Jackson. So I feel like the segment as a whole, we did our job, and now it's time to just keep getting better.
It's not like you came into an empty position. Did you have any dream or any idea that you could have that kind of role in your first year?
It's funny you say that. A lot of people ask me, and so, are you going to start? And I'm like, all right, first of all, no one knows until you're in the mix of it. But I'd always tell people, I'm going to work like we don't have anybody else, but I'm going to prepare like mentally. I'm going to be fine and be humble if I need to be redshirted. It's one of those things. I understand it's a blessing. I'm going to make the most of it. But if God decides that, hey, I need another year, I mean, my life is His, so who am I to question it?
Jeb, you say there's a lot of things you want back.
Like a lot of different plays. Like we'll turn on the film of some old plays or whatnot. And it's stuff that, I mean, now I would just never mess up. And now I see myself, my brain's going 1,000 miles an hour. I'm just not used to the speed of the game. I'm just like, gosh, that was a stupid freshman moment.
Like you missed a block or moved a different.
It could be anything from like a mental error to a physical error. But once again, I probably blow things up. I feel like I'm my hardest critic, but I feel like everybody as a whole, we did our job well, but we need to keep getting better.
Do you think the role of the tight end has changed in shotgun offense as opposed to Bobo?
Yeah, I feel like we get an opportunity to move around a lot more. Like I said, that variety, he really puts that into play. And I feel like we could have done it last year, but just given the people that we had and kind of the lack of experience out of me and stuff like that, we weren't able to do these things. But now everybody's healthy, everybody's good to go, and so we're able to open it up and show what we can do.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
You've been able